Hi everyone, my name is Andres Medina. I'm part of the team 34 of the cloud computing subject in the first semester 2018. So this video is intended to be part of our deliverables of our assignment 2, and the idea is to show the capabilities of our system so that we can prove or show that our system is able to scale horizontally and that has automatic deployment capabilities. So the test that I want to show you here is we already have one instance up and running, which is the one that we are going to use to create a new one and to configure the new one. This is my private cloud. And in this instance, I have all the code, the Ansible, the Bodo, and one piece of shell script that we created called Orchestrator. But basically, what it does under the hood, it calls Bodo, extract the IP address that it has, and then it runs Ansible with that configuration. Alright, so if we run this piece of code, it's going to give us an error because it needs some things in the parameters like the Bodo executable, the Ansible host file, the SSH key, and the Ansible file. So we need to give this program all those parameters. So we're going to call that properly. And we're going to start the script. And what we should expect to see here is a new instance being created within the Nectar cloud, because this orchestrator is calling a Bodo script which is actually talking or connecting with the Nova service of the Nectar cloud. So we have this new instance which is being created right now, and as soon as it's created, it's going to generate a new IP address, and this IP address, which is this one here, is the one that we're going to receive as a parameter in our program. So our program says that the instance was created successfully. This is the IP address, and now it's waiting for the SSH service of the instance to be up and running. We have to include this check, because if we don't, the program tries to connect to the new instance, and the SSH service was down for a couple of seconds, and then we receive an error. So we decide to include this check, but only takes a couple of seconds. And after this is ready, we should be able to just continue with the Ansible playbook configuration. Alright, so we have to say that the key is safe, and we start with the configuration. So basically, the Ansible playbook is divided into 3 roles. We have the common role, we have the web server role, and we have the CouchDB role. And the idea is that each role contains several tasks that we need to do in order to have the new instance deployed automatically. So we're starting with the common role, which includes all the dependencies that are, of course, common, like Python, like maybe Git, like curl, like some libraries that you will need. And this step takes a while because it's actually installing not one thing but all the dependencies. And as soon as it's finished, you're going to be able to see one line saying that how everything went. Shouldn't take so long. Yeah, there we are. So what's been installing this first step was the software properties common, the apt transport HTTPS, some certificates, Python setup tools, the Python pip, which is the software manager of Python, curl, and Git. So we need Git because in one of the steps in Ansible we are going to download our source code from the Git repository, so we need that client. The second step is basically installing all the packages that we need from Python. using the pip installer, and like for example Tweepy for the Twitter API, Shapefully for the pointing polygon, CouchDB, etc. So now we can see that we're done with the command role, and now we're starting with the web server activities, like installing Node.js, for example, the build essential, clearing some cache, and doing some activities. And well, we're installing Forever, which is a program that allows us to run the application, and if the application crashes, this program checks this and run it back again. And now we are in the CouchDB role, which is installing everything that we need from CouchDB, namely the views, some clients, of course the CouchDB database. And as soon as we are ready, we are going to be able to connect to the instance and see the front end and see how the database looks. Alright, so we're ready. So I'm going to connect to the new instance. I have to change. Of course, I don't have the instance already set up in my PuTTY client, so I have to put this IP address here, and if we're ready, we should be able to connect. Yeah, I want to connect. The Ubuntu is the default username, and now we are in. So we're going to check. We did a tunneling configuration, so we are able to go to these ports using the SSH tunneling. So first we want to watch the database. How's the database of the new instance? As you can see, it's all empty except for the data database, which is the one that we define as our database, which has only one document, which is the view that we use for our system. It's called getSentiment. And then if we go to the front end, we can see that the front end is in there. It's going to load the maps and shapes. There we are, and we don't have Twitter like sentiment data yet, but we can set no sentiment. But if we click, we can see some of the data that comes from Orin. So as you can see, we were able to deploy and create this instance just with one click. Thanks for everything, and well, see you around. Bye bye.